So the better your quality, naturally people will take you more serious. And I know a lot of people have said, including myself, that quality does not matter or doesn't matter as much. But the truth is it does actually matter. But most of the time we say that is because you think that buying the better equipment is going to make your shit content better. But no, it's just going to make your shit content look better, but that's not going to make people actually watch your videos. So here's a budget type for £0, £500, £2,000 and unlimited if you are like a rich ass nigga. And of course I'll link everything down in the description. They are affiliate links, so I'll get a piece of whatever you buy, but the price won't be any different to if you just googled it and bought it yourself. So starting off at £0, if you have a budget of 0, you are dead ass broke. And if you are dead ass broke and you got no bread to your name but you want to create videos, the best thing you can do is use your phone. And if you're not on TikTok, if you are on TikTok, you can use your front facing camera, but if you're not on TikTok, you're gonna have to use your back facing camera. Now I would say buy a tripod so you can just prop your phone up and use the back facing camera. But if you are really that broke, you can't afford a £15–20 tripod, that's okay. You're just gonna have to find somewhere to prop your phone up, maybe like against a water bottle, maybe against the window, and you're just gonna have to adjust yourself to fit into the frame and then go from there. Record your videos. Usually most people have an iPhone cameras are great, the microphones are also great, and plus in this day and age we have like AI audio enhancers, so you can actually just put your audio into the AI enhancer and your audio is going to sound studio quality pretty much like this. There might be a few defects or artifacts or whatever, but I mean, you're just starting out, right? For £0, that is pretty good. And if you're worried about the light, natural sunlight, like you probably can get a softbox for like £30, but if you can't, natural sunlight, if it's not sunny, you're gonna have to wait until it's sunny. I guess that's one of the disadvantages. But let's move on to your next budget category. Oh, and by the way, if you are a creator, coach, or a consultant that wants to level up their content game, build a personal brand, grow their business, get more leads, whatever it is, I have a one-on-one program that's perfect for you. Check the link in the description. And if your budget is £500 and you're looking to start creating content, or maybe you've already started but you've got 500 to kind of upgrade your equipment, here's what I'm gonna say. You are still not going to be able to get a camera. I don't know what people think think this is, like, oh, I'm just going to get a camera, like how much is it, 500, 600 pounds? You could probably get this camera that I've got right now, but you're going to get the default lens, or you'll probably get no lens at all because you can just afford the camera body. The lens that I've got costs like £400. The camera body is about £500–600. Not expensive compared to the other equipment out there, but that's still in total £1,000, so your budget will be gone. Instead, you're still going to be using your phone, but we're going to have more control over our environment. Whoa, I'm jamming. But we're going to have more control over our environment, so we're going to buy a softbox light. The light I've got is the Godox SL60x2. It's about £230. I know, massive, but having a good light basically changes everything. Having a good light and an iPhone is amazing. And then after you spent £250, you're obviously going to buy yourself a tripod for your phone. They're about like £20. I'll link the one that I've got. It's like a small rig one. That's about £20. So you're already at like £270. I'll probably do the maths on the screen, or you guys can calculate it. But then after you got the light and you got your phone tripod, you're going to get a microphone, and I'll recommend one from Hollyland. The current one I've got is the Hollyland Lark Max, but there's a better one you can get for your phone, and it's a lot smaller and the audio quality is still great. Again, I'll link it down in the description. I'm sure it's about £150. So even then, that's all you're going to need. You're going to be on budget. You're going to have great audio without using any audio enhancers. You're going to have your phone to record, a tripod, a light, and you're just going to have to pick a spot and then get going. Now we are going to jump up to £2,000. If your budget is £2,000, this is when you're finally going to be able to get a camera. I'd recommend the Sony ZV-E10 with the Sigma 18–50mm f2.8 lens. The f2.8 is going to give you a nice blur in the back depending on how far the objects are like in the background, but you're gonna get a good blur, making your videos instantly look higher quality. Plus this camera is good for, it's like, I think it was rated the best vlogging camera or best budget vlogging camera, whatever you want to call it. That's good. So the camera's about, let's just call it £1,000. £1,000 of your budget's gone. The softbox light, I'll still recommend getting the exact same one. It's about 230 pounds. Now let's round it up and let's say it's 1.3. You can now buy yourself like a background light. As you can see, I've got a background light here. No idea what the brand is. It was about 40 pounds. You can buy yourself a light bar. I've got that as an like a background light again, like a fill light to be behind me. That was 150 pounds. Overkill, unnecessary. I'd probably start off with a light bar, just like that. And you're still on the budget. You probably can upgrade your tripod. Well, you're gonna have to upgrade your tripod because you have a camera now. So then this tripod cost me 40 pounds, but I think I got it off TikTok shop. But I'm not sure if they do it anymore, but the ones on Amazon, they're about 70 pounds. And then you can stay with the same microphone, or you can upgrade to the Hollyland Lark Max, which is an amazing microphone. I'm not using it right now because I'm using the SM7B, and you can upgrade to the SM7B. However, it's gonna cost you about 350. Then the equipment to also run it, like an XLR cable, probably another 20-30 pounds. I'm not using like a cloud lifter, so that's not necessary. But the audio interface I am using was like 180 pounds. So this, to use this microphone, it's about 500 pounds. And I guess if you do the maths correctly or whatever, it probably can fit into this budget. But this microphone isn't that necessary, and you'll be stuck to a certain location wherever your computer is or your desk is, wherever. Whereas the Hollyland Lark Max, you can take that to a different room, different locations, etc. Now, if you have no budget, like budget unlimited, 10,000, 20,000, obviously this is still social media. I'm not going to tell you to, like, if you want, you can get the Sony FX3 or the FX30, like their cinema line cameras, absolutely amazing. But what I would get is the Sony ZV-E1. Don't get that confused with the Sony ZV-E10. The ZV-E1 is like a full frame version. It's literally going to look pretty much the same, but it's full frame. It's newer. It's got like AI features. It's got a bunch of new features. You can record 4K 60. I'm sure you can record 4K 120 with the little crop. Like, it's an amazing camera. Great for vlogging as well. And you can also, because it's another Sony camera, you can also use the same lenses that you did on the Sony ZV-E10 if you're upgrading. However, because it's like an APS-C lens onto a full frame, there's going to be a nasty crop on it. So you're probably going to have to get a new lens. And I'd recommend the 24 to 70 millimeter f2.8, but that's a hella expensive. But if you got the bread, do it. Or the 16 to 35 f2.8. That's a Sony lens. That's also hella expensive, but if you have the bread, go for it. I think a more budget one is like I think it's a 17 to 50. I think that might be the lens. It might be a Tamron lens. Not 100% sure. Again, the links will be down in the description, but that's something that I would get if I was upgrading and like I wasn't really worrying about budget. But if you are, I gave you a budget type for 0, 500, 2,000. Find yourself within the category, buy what's necessary, upgrade your content, level up your game. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.